Hey guys, we are going to look at another section. This is graphing linear equations in slope-intercept form. So your learning intention is to be able to graph linear equations in slope-intercept form. You can identify the slope and y-intercepts of a line given an equation. You should be able to rewrite the linear equation in slope-intercept form, and you would be able to use the slope and y-intercept to graph linear equations. So here's some things that you need to know. Your x-intercept is the point where a line crosses the x-axis. And your y-intercept is the point where the line crosses the y-axis. Okay? So slope-intercept form is a formula for the equation of a line using its slope and its y-intercept. So as you see here, this is the formula, y equals mx plus b. So our m is our slope, which we learned in the last section of this unit. When we just learned what y equals mx, we learned that our m was our slope, and our b is our y-intercept. So here are the steps for being able to graph. First, you want to start by placing a point at the y-intercept, maybe. From that point, you're going to count out the slope to find the next point. Then you're going to connect those 2 points. So wherever your y-intercept, wherever you pointed that, to then you counted out, found the slope, made another point. You're going to connect those with a line, and the 2 points, you're going to connect the 2 points to form a line. So here is an interpretation of y-intercept and x-intercept. So you see as soon as that line crosses the y-intercept, wherever that's at, that becomes your y-intercept. So this is your y-axis. As soon as it crosses, that's your y-intercept. As soon as it crosses the x-axis, then that becomes your x-intercept. Let's look at the other side. So identifying slope and y-intercept. So find the slope and y-intercept of the graph of each linear equation. So here's our equation, y equals mx plus b. So the first thing that you need to do is write this in slope-intercept form, because sometimes you're going to get the equation and it's not going to be in the proper form. So you need to make sure it's in y equals mx plus b. The only change I would make here is I could write y equals negative 4x plus negative 2. The only reason I would change that is just so I remember that my y-intercept is a negative 2. Because sometimes we look at it here and without seeing the plus in front of it, we think this is just a positive 2. We forget to take that sign in front of it. So if that's you, if you're a person who often forgets to take the sign, I would rewrite this as y equals mx plus b, and b would be whatever the sign is in front of it. So the slope is the coefficient of x. So remember, coefficient is the number attached to the variable. So our slope is the negative 4. So m equals negative 4. And our y-intercept is the constant term. So the constant is the number by itself. And that's our b. So that's our negative 2. So that's it. That's how I found my slope and my y-intercept. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Y minus 5 equals 3x. That's most certainly not written in y equals mx plus b format, so I'm going to need to do that here. So first, actually, I'm going to do some work to solve this. I need to add 5 to both sides. So now it's going to be y equals 3x plus 5. That is now written in the proper form. So now I'll be able to find my x, or my m and my b, so my slope and my y-intercept. Remember, the slope is the coefficient, and coefficient's the number attached to the variable, so my slope is 3. So y equals mx plus b, so my m is 3. My b is 5. So now you're going to try 2 of these. So make sure you write it so it's in slope-intercept form. Find the slope, find the y-intercept. Let's look at this bottom part, graphing a linear equation in slope-intercept form. So graph y equals negative 3x plus 3. Identify the x-intercept. So first you're going to start by placing a point at the y-intercept. So this is what we talked about on the first page. These were those steps. From that point, you're going to count out the slope to find the next line. Then you're going to connect those 2 points to form a line. So let's see. So we're going to start by placing a point at the y-intercept. The y-intercept is 3. So I'm going to go 0, 1, 2, 3. Because it's just the y-intercept, that means that that's where it intercepts. That means where it crosses. So then my x is going to be 0. So I started at 0 for x, and then 1, 2, 3. I'm going to plot my point here. From here, I'm going to count out my slope. My slope is -3. So you're looking at this as what is -3 as a fraction, because it's our rise over our run. So we need to have y over x. So our y is our -3. What number goes under a whole number as a fraction? You should be saying 1. So this is our rise over our run. That's our slope. So to find that, I'm going to go run. It doesn't really matter if I went rise and run. So knowing that this is a -3, I have to go down 1, 2, 3, and I go over 1. Or you could start with your run first, go over 1 and down 3. And then we would plot our point. Now that we have our 2 points, we can connect them with a line. And then we need to figure out where's our x-intercept. Where does our line intercept that x-axis? Well, in this case, it happens to intercept right at that point that we just plotted. So our x-intercept is 1. And we'll put that there. So you're going to try this same thing. Follow these same steps, fill in this information, plot your 2 points, so go to your y-intercept, so that is -4, so put your -4 on there. Then from there, count out your slope, make your next point, make your line, find your x-intercept.